What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check this out. This is going to be real quick. I just wanted to go over a theory that I'm coming up with in regards to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and why this thing has gone completely off the rails in this multiverse saga. Now, I'm not talking specifically about the Marvels. Obviously, this movie is 1000% a symptom of what's going on with the overall Marvel Cinematic Universe. We knew this was going to be a train wreck, so we weren't surprised by this. But seeing where Marvel came from in the Infinity Saga and where it is right now in the Multiverse Saga, not just in the quality of the films being made, but the overall arching story that's being told. Like, what story do we have here? What's going on? We don't seem like we have a story that's cohesive, that's fitting with anything. It's just characters are being thrown up on the screen. We're going to see what sticks. We're just flying by the seat of our pants, right? Like, I remember the conversation, I can't remember, and I couldn't find an article, but I do remember at one point someone said, well, we chose Kang as the major villain based on the response that we got from Loki, from that original first season of Loki. And they said, yeah, that's our villain, and we're going to move forward with this villain as the overarching villain in this multiverse saga stuff. And it's like, wait, whoa, so you didn't really have a plan? Sounds kind of a lot like the sequel trilogy in Star Wars, right? They don't have an overarching idea of what this story is in this next saga, this multiverse saga. And you do remember this part where they were talking about, yeah, we're going to pivot to another comic book adversary like Doctor Doom because of all the problems that Jonathan Majors is having. So the fact that they can even come up with something like this, saying, well, yeah, let's just switch to Doctor Doom as our main antagonist, or at least have that conversation to see if that's what we're going to do, instead of just saying, well, we'll just recast Kang if Jonathan Majors isn't our guy. The fact that they're doing that tells me that these cats, they are flying by the seat of their pants. And you can do that in storytelling sometimes, but it usually ends up extraordinarily messy, which is what we have right now with Marvel. It's very messy. So how did we get here? I have a theory as to where this thing went off the rails. I want to see what you guys think. So I'm going to bring you back to a Hollywood Reporter article back in 2017, all right? This is 2017. They're talking about why Kevin Feige won't make R-rated movies, Guardians 2 and Joss Whedon's DC move, blah, 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 okay? And let's discuss this in terms of the role James Gunn was supposed to have post-Guardians 3, all right? James' role could extend past Guardians 3. James Gunn revealed Monday that he will return to write and direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and he teased that just as the first 10 years of Marvel movies built up 2018's Avengers Infinity War, the third Guardians film would help set up the next 10 years of movies. So he was supposed to actually set up some stuff for the next 10 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. All right, I want you guys to keep that in mind. Feige suggested Gunn's relationship with Marvel could extend past that film, which does not yet have a release date. And this is what Feige said about this. This is very interesting. I think James in particular has an amazing connection with these characters and with this cosmic world. So he, I think, could easily oversee additional stories beyond Volume 3, said Feige. So here's the thing. I think James Gunn was supposed to be the guy setting up this next phase. I think this was supposed to be James Gunn's main role. He was supposed to oversee the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But we all know what happened, right? Yeah, the very next year, July of 2018, James Gunn was fired from Guardians of the Galaxy over those offensive tweets. And so when they lost James Gunn, and he only stayed fired for about a year, and then they brought him back and said, okay, go ahead and finish up Guardians 3. But in the meantime, what happened? DC snagged him. DC snagged him, said, why don't you come on over here? We'll hire you. They brought James Gunn in. He did Suicide Squad, and then he did The Peacemaker. And then David Zaslav says, you're the new CEO, the head of DC Studios or whatever. Okay, along with Peter Safran. So I think this is where this stuff went off the rails. I think Feige right now is probably trying to implement or execute whatever James Gunn's original plan was, but he doesn't have James Gunn there to help him. And so right now they're floundering. They're all over the place. Because James Gunn, he says, oh, he understands all this cosmic stuff. I love this line, too, by the way, how he says, yeah, he understands what he says. He has an amazing connection with these characters and with this cosmic world. You see how he's kind of talking about it like it's off there in the distance? Like, oh, James understands this stuff. It's like that's how it comes off to me. It makes me understand that Feige isn't knee-deep into the geek lore like James Gunn probably is, okay? He said, oh, he has an amazing connection with these characters and with this cosmic world. He's saying it like he's on the outside looking in, like he's not really a part of this thing. He's just talking, very third party-ish, like I'm not a part of this, but James is. And he has a connection with that. Oh, yeah, he could easily oversee additional stories beyond Volume 3. I think that was Feige's game plan the entire time. And when James Gunn went exit stage left because they fired him and he didn't re-sign back with Marvel, he's now head of DC Studios. Then they ran out and got, well, shit, man, we got cosmic stuff coming up. We got a multiverse saga. That's what James wrote down on that table, that napkin, when I was talking about with them in this restaurant. He probably left them no, like, firm ideas. He was just kind of scribbling stuff down. Well, Kev, we could do this, we could do that. I think that's how that conversation probably went. And then Kevin Feige said, oh, yeah, James Gunn's our guy. But then when James Gunn gets fired and now he's no longer with the company, but we still have to come up with what the hell is going to be the next saga that we're going to do. James was talking about a multiverse saga, the cosmic world and all that kind of crap. All right, well, I guess we can bring in some dudes. So they go and they hire Rick and Morty writers, right? They go and hire these cats and they try to cobble together something. And as you can see, this shit ain't working at all. I don't know what the story is. I don't know. The cohesiveness of this story just doesn't fit of this entire multiverse saga. I've said before, by this phase, midway through phase 2, okay? So if you match up the phases, phase 1, 2, and 3, all right, that would match up with phase 4, 5, and 6 in the storytelling. At this stage of phase 2, in the midpoint of phase 2, or even early in phase 2, we still had an idea of what was going on. We knew what the Infinity Stones were. We knew that Thanos was after the Infinity Stones. We even had a few of them, and we could start identifying them. It's like, all right, I think by the time we got to the Guardians 1, it's like, all right, we got 3 Infinity Stones, or maybe even 4, but at least 3. We know where 3 stones are, and there's 3 more to come, all right? And Thanos is after him because Thanos was in Guardians. So we knew and understood, oh, okay, this is the story they're telling. It's very straightforward. Everybody gets it. What's the story they're telling in the Multiverse Saga? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We're still trying to fit this thing together. And I think if they had James Gunn still running this joint, okay, I think James Gunn and his amazing connection with the characters and with the cosmic world, he would have had a more like straight line story being told. And I think that's the reason why this thing is just completely off the rails. People don't know what's happening and they can't cobble together anything. Again, they're just flying by the seat of their pants. Let's try this. Oh, gee, I guess Kang's not going to make it. All right, well, let's just throw Dr. Doom in there. Like, what? Like that kind of talk tells me that they don't know what they're doing. They have completely lost. There's nobody driving the car anymore. All right. The car's just kind of driving themselves and we're all just passengers, just hoping like hell we reach the destination. That's basically how I see this thing. But you guys let me know what you think. That's just my theory on this whole situation. I want to get your thoughts on that. Did the firing of James Gunn ultimately doom this multiverse saga? Is that the reason why nothing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe multiverse saga phases, phase 4, phase 5, leading into phase 6, is that the reason this thing just feels helter-skelter and nobody seems to have a clue of what the story is and we can't follow it, and all the mainstream, kind of general audience fans, they've just gone, deuces, I'm out. I don't understand this crap. I'll catch it on Disney Plus, but ain't no way in hell I'm spending money in the box office on this. Y'all can forget that. But you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.